Now we're going to do the key height and the key dip. I find it easiest to do with the key dip as well with the hammer assembly off. This is also a good time to vacuum, to clean. You will be lifting the keys, so to clean under them. I have some dust on my piano, so you can just wipe the dust off like this. And then I use these key weights. They simulate the weight of the hammer assembly being on top of the keys so that you are able to see, because when I weight them down, the keys go up. So I'm gonna put these key weights on. And I don't have enough for all 88 keys. They come in a set. And so I will do a section at a time. I'll do about 50, I forget how many are in there, 50, and then a few more. And I always put on gloves, just like cleaning gloves, because the key weights are dirty and I don't want to get my hands gross. The key weights look like this, and you're just gonna place them over the back check, like this, and then just make sure it stays on, make sure it's a little tight. Hi. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the key height, and I usually sit on the floor because I'm at eye level. Some people do key height differently. I find this works the best for me, and I can be the most accurate. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. This book, the Piano Action Handbook, is fabulous. It has just about every piano you can think of inside, and the measurements for that particular piano. So I have a Sojin 5'3" baby grand. So I go to Sojin 5'3", some are by the model number, it depends. And it says on here that the key height from the bottom of the bed to the top of the key should be 66 millimeters. And I use a stainless steel ruler. I bring this little thing to where 66 would be, and then I tape it so it doesn't move at all. And then I measure like this all along the keys until they're all the same height. Now I'm gonna show you one key for each step of the regulation so you're not sitting here all day. So I'm gonna measure the key height for here. And I just did the key height a little while ago, so they're pretty accurate. So this one is good. But let's pretend it wasn't. I have all of these balance rail punchings, and they're different sizes. These are 7, 5, 10, they're different sizes. So you kind of get good at eyeballing. Try it out when you first begin, but you kind of get good at eyeballing what size it needs. So let's say it needed a 7 measurement. I would lift the key up, put this on the balance rail, and I go back. You want to make sure the punching is under the felt, but I go back through and do that later so it's faster for me. And then you put it down, and now it's moved up just a little bit, but you want to be very exact and very level, so make sure they're the right height. Let's pretend that I have made all of the keys the correct height. I have this little tool that I use to do the sharps. So in the book, it'll also show how high the sharps should be above the white keys. And for this piano, they should be 12 inches. 12 millimeters. So I have set this mechanism, there's a little screw on here. I've set the bottom of this to be 12 milliliters from the bottom of this. And it's uneven right now, but I would set it on top of the white keys, and then I would use that to make the black key go up just touching that little knob. You don't want it to be pushing up, and you don't want it to, you have to really look at it, maybe with a flashlight behind it too. And so we would set all the black keys. Okay, our next step is doing the key dip. So I have this key dip measuring little tool here. Whoops, upside down. No, it's not. And the very thickest part of it, see how it's gradual, is 3/8 of an inch. And we need it for my piano to dip down 10.2 millimeters. We're not baking. Millimeters. So when I put this here, that means when I push down as far as it'll go, that there's only 10.2 millimeters between the top of this key and the top of this key. So let's pretend again that I'm doing all of them. And what I would do is I need a little bit more in, and I'm going to use I'm going to use front key pin punchings to make it go up or down, whichever I need. The front key pin punchings are bigger than the balance rail. So I'm going to use those to either make this higher or lower depending on how much key dip I need. So let's see. So I'm going to definitely need a bit more. First, we'll try the 10. And again, make sure you go back or do it as you go to put the felt above the punchings, the paper punchings. That's very important. So you're going to take this off, this under. That's a 10. We'll see what that does. Here comes my dog. And that's not quite enough. So I'm going to put a little bit more in there. And we'll do that for the whole piano.
It's Jenna the Tuna Show.